Mondegreen is a word meaning a misunderstood song lyric. We all have them. We all have mondegreens. Like Jimi Hendrix singing "Excuse me while I kiss this guy," but it's supposed to be "Kiss the Sky." That's probably the most famous mondegreen there is. There's also Dobie Gray, and I think later Uncle Cracker singing "Give Me the Beat Boys and Free My Soul," but many people, including myself, thought it was "Give Me the Beach Boys and Free My Soul." I want to get lost in your rock and roll. One of the funniest I ever heard was someone once told me that they always heard as a kid the song "I'm Every Woman" as "I'm at a Walmart." I think a lot of our I think a lot of our mondegreens are just from childhood. Like as a kid, you're not really exploring the lyrics and you're so creative and you're just kind of rolling with it. And that's just kind of how it goes. Like as a kid, when I heard the Eagles Hotel California, I heard them singing "Mirrors on the Ceiling, Pictures of Jim Rice." I was a Red Sox fan in the 80s, and Jim Rice was an incredible left fielder, and I thought, why wouldn't people have pictures of Jim Rice in their amazing hotel room? Another mondegreen I had as a kid was from Juice Newton's "Angel of the Morning." This is some 1981 pop country shit here, but Juice was really good at it. Anyway, the chorus goes, "Just call me angel of the morning, angel. Just touch my cheek before you leave me." Anyways, I, for many, many years as a kid, sang that as "Just brush my teeth before you leave me, baby." And as I got older, I started actually thinking about it and then just imagining this lovely woman in bed and her lover getting up, going off to work, and then lover bending down over this gorgeous angel in the morning sunlight and giving her the full Colgate Plus treatment. Yeah, just really make sure you get those molars, Casanova. I don't really have a deeper point to any of this intro other than mondegreens are funny and earworms to a point are fun. But while watching this week's movie, The Others, Anne tells the ghost boy, quote, "Ghost boy Victor," to touch her brother's cheek so that he knows he's real. And my brain immediately kicked in with Juice Newton wailing on that song. "Just brush my teeth before you leave me." Hi, Cecil.
Hi, Jeffrey.
Do you have a favorite mondegreen?
I feel bad because this one isn't mine, but this has been my favorite Mondegreen
Mhm.
since I was a teenager. It was a friend of mine I went to high school with, and in the song "Fame," "Fame, I'm gonna live forever. I'm
Yeah.
gonna learn how to fly high. Baby, remember my name. Remember, remember, remember."
Hmm.
But my friend Nikki thought they were saying, "Baby, remember my name, Ouija-fa, Ouija-fa, Ouija-fa," which she knew was not a word,
No.
but she didn't understand why they were saying nonsense words.
And
To this
honestly,
day, but to this day,
Ouija.
I'm like, Ouija-fa, baby, remember my name, Ouija-fa, Ouija-fa, Ouija-fa.
To be fair, just so many pop songs have nonsense words. Like
Right?
like Spice Girls "Wannabe." I
Glibby glop
really, really want to
gloopy,
zig a
maybe
zig
knobby
zug.
noopy, la la la
Yeah.
lo.
Michael Jackson, "Shamone." Like, what are we
Right?
doing? What's
Yeah.
happening?
I do remember I was in a karaoke bar when I was like 22 and I made my friend put on a Michael Jackson song. I think it was Bad because I'm like, I don't actually know what he's saying in this song. Can you sing? Because I don't sing. Can you sing this song so I can actually see the lyrics written out, please? And they were not what I thought they were.
I don't think that's a song I've ever gone back and looked at the lyrics. Michael Jackson was one of those people that I just kind of gave up on even trying to
Yeah.
understand what he was saying. But the song's just it's kind of like Elton John a little bit. Like, I don't really know what you're talking about,
Yeah,
but
Elton John can get there a
your
little bit. Yeah.
songs really bop, so I'm just gonna vibe with
Hmm.
that.
Yeah.
Anyways, I Juice Newton is an odd soundtrack for this film, and it just ended up being an earworm for me throughout the rest of
Sure.
this movie. And
Sure.
anytime I got up, but it was really lovely to revisit The Others. I haven't seen this in a bit.
Yeah, me
Um,
neither.
it's
I
incredible.
love it.
This is
I
an
love this movie.
incredible, incredible film.
I really love this movie. This to me, like Nicole Kidman is peak
Yeah,
in this movie.
yeah.
Like the like the tendril of like single blonde curl that's constantly in her face.
Hmm.
She has never looked more glamorous. And she did
No.
this right off of Moulin Rouge. So she's like, oh, and this is the last collaboration that she did with Tom Cruise, who is a producer on this film. So
Oh,
she's
okay.
like moments away from being liberated from her Scientology contract.
Oh, wow. Wow.
But this to me is like, she's doing it. Like, this is one of my favorite Nicole Kidman performances. Like, this and Dogville, probably.
Right. She's incredible. She's very, very good. The script, I think, is
Oh,
very
yeah.
tight.
Yeah.
I almost did a thing trying to like analyze my intro. I rewrote at the last minute just to be kind of fun and goofy because that's honestly that song was in my head. But I really was thinking about how do you hide an ending like this? And I think this
Right.
movie is really good at hiding its ending because all throughout it's telling you she doesn't know something that
Hmm.
the other characters know, but there's
Hmm.
so many directions your brain can go as to what
Yeah.
it is she doesn't know. And I think when the servants like quote turn on her late in the film, you're like, I knew it. They
Yeah.
were the bad evil spirits the whole time and it's all through the filter of Christianity.
Yeah.
And I forget that every time about this movie
Yeah.
that she's really holy.
You got to repent
Yeah.
because you might have did something bad that you're not. Like I don't know, this movie is I think this movie did, like this movie came out around the same time, if not the same year as The Sixth Sense,
2 years after.
2 years after.
Uh-huh.
Okay. And I feel like there's another film that is has a similar kind of ending. I don't want to say what it is because I don't want to spoil it for you. But it's a similar horror film that has a very similar kind of twist
Yeah.
ending. But I think what this movie does so well is it throws you into this box, and these characters, like the rules of the box, are so convoluted
Uh-huh.
that you're kind of concentrating on the rules of the box that you don't like. It's like the magician trick of like, look at this scarf over here, don't pay attention to the boring hand over here that's doing very subtle things.
Yeah.
So you're like, okay, we have to like close one door to open another door. The doors have to be locked. That like the rules are so engaging of this film that you don't until it's like over halfway through think, wait, what is going on here?
Right. Yeah. I, what's the Penn quote of magic fools you not because you're stupid, but because magic is stupid.
Oh
That like
yeah.
it's amazing just how dull and simple are
Yeah.
ways of fooling people
Yeah.
into believing something. And just like, oh, I mean, honestly, this is kind of where the Mondegreen thing comes in. Like, for your friend to misunderstood, remember, what was the word again she used?
Ouija.
Ouija. We have a history of pop songs singing bullshit words.
Yeah.
Rock and roll has done that for years and years and years. Jazz
Getcha
has
ya
done
ya.
that. Yeah,
Getcha ya ya.
yeah, and so we expect that kind of flair from a singer, and so when we
Sure.
misunderstand a lyric,
You're like,
that's not on.
they're
That's not
just
because we're stupid. It's because pop music is stupid. And so
yeah.
when we same thing with this movie is that the rules of this box are so you're right. She has to lock every door.
Why? I understand the like close the door,
Uh-huh.
but why lock the door? And I think the only reason given is that this is an old house and doors just sort of open on their own around here.
Yeah.
But why would doors do that?
Great question.
But that's like three questions down, and when you're kind of thrown into this movie, you're only taking it like one question at a time rather than like wait a minute.
Yeah.
And then I
Um,
think that's buttressed by these like incredibly some these performances are very subtle, but at the same time, like Nicole Kidman is swinging for the stalls here.
she absolutely is.
Like
Yeah.
from the minute she appears on screen, she wakes up screaming from a nightmare. has to recover. Like that's not a quiet, cozy performance.
No. So we've got Grace Stewart, I think. Anyways, Grace is played by Nicole Kidman.
Okay.
She is a war widow. War
Yeah.
widow.
Hmm.
This is on the island of Jersey in the
Yeah.
Channel Islands. So between Europe and the UK, between
A
continental Europe and
limbo, if
UK.
you
Yeah,
will.
limbo. 1945. So the war is ending,
Hmm.
ended, and it is a creepy ass old mansion in the middle of
Covered in
nowhere.
perpetual fog.
Yep. Oh my goodness.
Well,
Uh,
before we even get
yeah,
to that,
yeah.
like again, let's talk about this title sequence.
Okay, with these children's book illustrations.
Are you ready, children? All right, let's begin. Are you seated comfortably?
Hmm.
It may sound silly that God created the world in 7 days, but he did. So already we're getting set up with this one, like you said, the religious aspect of this movie is like a deep vein to be mined.
Yeah.
But
And,
also this idea of like grown-ups know everything. And if you
yeah.
present it in a children's story esque, you're like, wait, is it true? Is
And
this a
the
fable?
the images in the book get, I think on the surface they get creepier and creepier, but
Oh,
it's
for
not about
sure.
them getting creepy. It's about the faces or images getting more and more convoluted. So there's a
Mm,
picture of like a boy like with his mouth open looking
yeah.
scared, but it could also be a sense of confusion or surprise.
Surprise. Yeah.
And then there's another of like a little girl marionette puppet all tangled in
Hmm.
her own wires. And it can look a little bit like The Hanged. It can look a little bit like a horror movie type of trope. But honestly, it's just it's depicting confusion. It's
Yeah.
depicting getting turned around in your like you're being puppeted, or are you? Maybe you're
Yeah.
just dropped to the floor. Maybe you don't have strings.
Yeah.
Anyways, we're going to see the arrival of Bertha Mills,
Hmm.
the young Lydia, who
Hmm.
is mute, and Mr. Tuttle, and they are all coming to inquire about the job posted in the local newspaper.
Hmm.
And Grace, who is so uptight, to say
She
the
is
least.
wound.
I'm
She is wound up.
gonna listen, I'm gonna tell you that broadly speaking, I'm not a person who cares about awards and award
Hmm.
shows, but I kind of
Sure.
do. There's
Yeah, why
something
not?
really petty and interesting and fun. I, and I understand that we're not that it's no slight to a movie to not win Best Picture. We have plenty of cases of bad
Oh,
movies
for
winning
sure.
Best Picture, whatever. But this movie wasn't nominated for a single fucking thing.
Yeah.
And it blows my mind because the costuming is incredible. It's
Oh,
impeccable.
the set design, the
Set
details of
design.
the set are so luscious.
I think the script is a very classic Hollywood script.
Hmm.
It is very short story esque.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I think it plays with themes really well. I think it ties everything together really well. I think there are some lines in here that are pure poetry and but everything moves forward and clips along. And not to mention the acting is chef's kiss. And
Yeah.
I'm just wondering why Hollywood didn't fall in love with a costume drama that's perfectly acted, well written.
I think a couple things. One, this is 25 years ago
Uh huh.
when horror movies were more of the I know what you did last summer
Yep.
variety, you know, the early 2000s in which horror had not been quote unquote elevated.
Mm hmm.
So the fact that this is a genre film, even even though it's a classy genre film, people are like, oh, it's a horror film. So how good could
Yeah.
it possibly be? It's internationally made, like Spanish director
Mm
directing an
hmm.
Australian actor in a British role. It's very quietly European in that way
Yep.
that I think Americans are like, wait, if I want to see a horror film, I want to see craziness. I want to see the splatter, which is a valid response. But I was looking into the box office receipts of this movie,
Hmm.
and I think what's interesting is that this movie kind of went to number 4. So it's like top 10. It did well enough. And it just kind of hovered at number 4 for a couple weeks,
Hmm.
and then eventually went up to like number 2. So I think this is like literally the definition of kind of a sleeper hit, where people were like, oh, like people went to go see this movie and they're like, fuck, you should go see the others. It's better than you think it is. And it kind of
Uh-huh.
slowly earned that reputation.
That makes a ton of sense. I mean, it was a $17 million film, so even by 2001 standards, that's so cheap,
Yeah.
especially when you have Nicole Kidman as your
Yeah.
anchor. But yeah, you're right. I mean, I think the Europeanness, not just in quality of film and how it's made, we know enough about like, especially the Miramax era of filmmaking.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
The Because we are hardcore into the Harvey Weinstein era
Oh,
of
yeah.
huge huge money to push their films and to bury
Hmm.
the others. But I didn't mean that by a pun, but to bury the other films that aren't Miramax or major
Yeah.
Hollywood studios. And the biggest, the production companies on this are Las Producciones del Escorpión, Sogecine, and Cruz Wagner Productions.
Yeah.
The only American distributor on this was Dimension Films, and probably the biggest name was Studio Canal.
Yeah.
But Studio Canal does art house shit. Like I see Studio Canal come
Yeah.
up at Film Forum movies,
I
you
know.
know?
I actually
S-
get really excited whenever I see Studio Can. I'm
Oh, of
like,
course. Of course.
Billy Elliot, let's watch that movie. Yeah.
Yeah. And so I think there just wasn't the backing to push this for awards. Anyways, it didn't need to win awards, but it's just
But
funny.
it's just like it felt generationally overlooked.
It feels criminally overlooked, especially when you consider that it was really recognized at the BAFTAs, which
Oh,
is
see, there you go.
yeah. So it was, what did we do? It was nominated for Best Actress, Best Original Screenplay, and Best Film. So yeah, I don't know. There was something there for that.
Like I think this movie is, I mean, clearly the connections to the turn of the screw, the innocence that is
Yeah.
very much present. But I think this movie has more DNA in common with movies like Don't Look Now
Hmm.
than I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Yeah. I think it also, yeah, of course, definitely, it very much has that. And I would even say there's something like Parasite to this
Oh
movie as
yeah,
well.
yeah,
And Parasite's a different level of unnerving. Like Parasite feels less in the horror genre the way the others feels like a classic
yeah.
ghost story, but it is dealing with class in a really strong
Oh,
way.
for sure.
And I find that where better than in the United Kingdom to tackle
Oh yeah,
class.
they understand. I'd also point out that this is a PG-13 movie.
Uh-huh.
Like there is not a drop of blood
No.
in this entire film. There's no overt violence.
No
It is
swears.
there's no swears, but I remember seeing this movie and like the scene where Grace is approaching what she thinks is her daughter in her confirmation dress.
Uh-huh.
I just about crawled out of my seat because literally the screw had been turned so tight at that point. The tension was so high watching Nicole Kidman have a fucking mental breakdown trying to wrap her brain into knots to deny something,
Hmm.
that by the time we actually start to see supernatural, I was crawling out of my skin.
Right.
And that to me is the classiest horror you can possibly have, right?
Agreed. Agreed. This is very high class horror. It's PG-13 because it's just so like adult. Like an 8-year
Yeah.
old is just going to be like, "What the fuck? Why am I watching
Yeah.
this?"
It's conversational.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it has more in common with a short story than
Hmm.
an action flick or
Definitely.
a flick. Like not a film. You know.
Well, if you haven't seen this movie yet and you don't know how it ends or kind of where it goes, I would
Warning.
say this is one of
Spoilers
our
ahead.
more accessible films we've watched for this
Oh, for
show.
sure.
That's true. That at least that's truly in the horror genre. And I would
Yeah.
say anyone can handle this movie. It's got some jump scares. It's a little spooky. It's got some good, tightly wound tension. It's a ghost
Yeah.
story, but I think it's accessible, and I think you should go watch it before we start spoiling it right here. Well, we talked about the rules that Grace has for this house of all doors. She
Yeah.
has like 15 keys for
Oh my
50
God.
doors in the house.
Can you imagine the logistics of this?
Uh, Whenever I leave my apartment just to go to like the bodega at the end of the block, I'm like, lock it. Just fuck it. I don't need to lock the door. It's fine.
Oh yeah.
Just like walk right on out.
Yeah.
And just I can't be bothered to turn this one key.
Yeah. I lived in an apartment where it had like four different keys to like the front door, the second front door,
Hmm.
the this door, the extra door, the two locks on the, and I would go outside to like have a cigarette, and I can't tell you how many times I locked myself out of that apartment.
Oh my God.
To the point where like the landlord was like, "You got to stop. You got to stop calling me."
Okay, so we even have a lock on the piano to,
No.
close this little door over the keys.
And Grace is like, I get migraines, so you got to tell the kids no playing on the piano. You will not find any radios, any television,
Mm-mm.
no, telephones, nothing that makes a loud noise.
No electricity even when the Germans
No,
came
no,
here and the electricity kept going out so much that we just decided we don't even need electricity. Who even
right?
needs that shit? When
So
we
even
have
though this is,
fog light to do our
oh
cross
my
stitch
God.
by.
So even though this takes place in the 1940s, it has this feeling of being from like the 1840s or the,
Mhm.
like it's out of time even for its time.
Yeah, it really is like it really confuses you with the time, even though it tells you right up front where and
Yeah.
when we are. So we know that her husband had gone off to World War II to fight the
Mhm.
Germans, but has not returned. It's been a year and a half. So we're all getting the sense I don't think he's coming
Yeah.
home, ma'am.
Yeah.
Well, Bertha and Lydia and Mr. Tuttle are all there to get this job. I find it interesting, all of the little, kind of knowing where the movie's going,
Yeah.
all of the ways that they sort of suggest everything from the get-go when Miss Bertha is saying, "Oh, ma'am, you don't have to show us around. Honestly, it's fine." No, I must
Yeah.
because this place is crazy. It's honestly a not ideal house. We had servants here over a week ago, just up and left.
They just left.
No warning.
That's weird.
So I need honest, hardworking people. And the other thing, my children are photosensitive. They have a light allergy.
I love this
Mm-hmm.
because one, it's again, it's like just so weird that you're like, I guess so. But
Yeah.
also, you seem a bit nuts. And the way she's like, and by the time we meet the children, she's like, and you know what happens, children, if you hit the sunlight hits you, you break out in boils and sores, and you're like, is this true?
Uh-huh.
Is this real? Or are you like a Munchausen by proxy
Right.
mom?
It's interesting. I think the one issue I have with this film is like a deeply conceptual issue about her character.
Mhm.
Because at the end, there is this sense that we want to forgive her. And I think the film wants
Yeah,
us to forgive her for her
yeah.
actions. But I think we have a different understanding of mental health in the 21st century as
Mm-hmm.
something not only systemic in society, societal systemic, but like internally systemic. Like it is a series of uh, behaviors that could have been
Yeah,
initiated by chemistry or by history. But if you just look at her on the surface, this is a woman who, in her behavior, is, I think the term is Munchausen by whatever, the
yeah, yeah,
keeping the kids believing that they are sick so that they
yeah,
cannot leave her.
yeah,
And this is in death. This is after she was given a second chance.
Yeah.
because she murdered her children with a pillow
Yeah.
and then shot herself. And to me, murder suicide as a parent is a, a, that's a pretty tough one to overcome as an outsider to be like,
Yeah.
forgiveness or not. And so when
Yeah.
she's with those kids at the end, I'm like, well, she can't technically physically harm them anymore, I guess.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know, but I feel awful for them trapped with her, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, for sure. And especially as we get into sort of daily life with this family, like the fact that the kids, one, they don't want to be separated, they don't want to be alone because creepy shit happens in this house. Like anytime Grace leaves the room, they're like, please, mummy, please, mummy.
Uh huh. Yeah.
And she's like, no, you have to learn how to be on your own. But at the same time, her actions are very much like, mummy's always here.
Yeah.
You need to
Yeah.
run to mummy.
Yeah.
But that
Well,
is a fork thrown into it with the arrival of Mrs. Mills, who's
mm-hmm.
like, your mom, let's just say not everything parents say should be taken at face value. Okay.
Right. Yeah.
Like, I can't negate anything she's saying because she's the boss and you're her child. But also,
So that you know.
yeah.
I think I think Bertha is my most interesting character in this
Oh,
movie, but
God.
I think a close second for
So
me is
good.
Anne. Because Anne is the
Yeah.
catalyst for the plot, really. I mean, it's
Yeah.
Bertha's arrival that's the inciting incident,
Yeah.
but Anne has the secret, she just doesn't know it yet because
Yeah.
she's not reflecting on it. But the information Anne needs to solve the mystery of what's going on in her life is all there. She just lives in a world where she's constantly closed off and put into
Yeah.
denial and repressed with Christian teachings.
That's the other thing is like, okay, so you're living in a house that has no contact with the outside world. Like even the postman, you can't get a priest to come, you can't get a postman to come. Your only connection to the outside world are your confirmation
Uh-huh.
studies, the Bible,
Uh-huh.
and whatever mummy tells you.
Yeah.
And I love the sort of slow debate of philosophy that we get into when, you know, Grace is having them read their confirmation stories, and I don't know this Bible story. I was like, I don't know who these people are.
No.
But, two people who denied Christ or would have denied Christ. And they're like, wait, you would like think about it. You would deny Christ. What would happen?
Yeah. We'd go to limbo.
What is limbo? And it's very much like this idea of neither heaven nor hell, or a part of hell that
Mm-hmm.
is not the fire and brimstony, part. It's more you just gotta hang out in God's waiting room for
Uh-huh.
all of eternity for the revelation to happen.
Wasn't that in what was our Christopher Walken
Oh,
Eric
the
Stoltz?
prophecy.
Yes. The whole idea that by the end of that movie you sort of understand that purgatory has just been a red tape logjam for all of human
Yeah,
existence. That
yeah.
no human has ever gotten out of purgatory.
You're just waiting there with a deli counter number, like in Beetlejuice.
Yeah, you are number 3,148,000,000.
So like again, these clues are kind of peppered throughout that these people are in limbo,
Yeah,
but they just don't know it yet.
yeah. Grace sort of kind of complaining to the servants about, oh, this, I feel so trapped here, like I can never leave.
Hmm.
And the fog doesn't help. I don't even hear the seagulls anymore. I'm like,
Oh
you
yeah.
are on an island the size
Yeah.
of my living room, ma'am. And
Yeah.
You should hear seagulls.
I love that idea. That's really interesting. You brought that up. That line went totally over my head. But the idea of things that are missing from
Hmm.
this movie, normal things that seem that you just don't even notice, like the fact that no one eats anything in this movie.
Yeah.
Like the kids are sitting down to lunch, but they refuse to eat. Like they're like, this bread tastes weird. And Mrs. Mills
Yes.
is like, oh, that's because somebody else, like your old nanny, made it for you.
Mhm.
But again, it's not that. That's just the story she has to tell these kids that are not ready to hear the truth yet. When in fact, yes, you're a shade.
Yeah.
You're like by the river Tantalus or
Yeah.
whatever, and the food gives you no sustenance.
Yeah. In analyzing this movie, sorry, it's another meta commentary about like the construction of the film, but
Mhm.
I think one of the hardest things this movie has to do is convince us that Bertha knows what's going on, which she does.
Something. Yeah.
Yeah, Bertha knows that she's dead, and
Yeah.
Bertha knows that they're dead.
Yeah.
But Bertha also can't tell them because, as the filmmaker, as the screenwriter, I don't want the audience to know till the end. So I'm just going to refuse to have the housekeeper tell the truth, which could seem really flimsy. But because of her class,
Yeah.
her position,
Yep.
and also I think just the respect we give or the non-confrontation we want from people who are cuckoo loco with their
Yeah.
Christianity. You're
Yeah.
like, well, they just see the world differently. It's very English, even though she's Irish, but it's like it's
Yeah.
very English to not intervene, to be
Deny,
polite,
deny, yeah.
deny,
Yeah.
deny, deny, be polite in a cold way,
Avoid.
avoid.
Honestly, now that you're saying it, like Mrs. Mills essentially operates as a therapist.
Yeah, she 100% does.
The
And
thing
it's
is, like, your therapist may
believable
be like, listen, I've written down on day 3 what your problems are.
that you're cuckoo for
But
Cocoa Puffs. Yeah.
but I can't tell you. I can only steer the conversation so you realize what your
Yes.
problems are.
Yes, that's
Because
totally it.
it makes it like Mrs. Mills could walk in and be like, okay, dead people,
Yeah,
let's get this together. But that would just cause Grace to like explode and go even deeper into denial.
that's right.
So instead, she's like, okay, let's see. I also think like Mrs. Mills really cares for this family.
Yeah.
Like it like a gentle, loving kindness because she kind of has the bigger picture and she's like, fuck.
Yeah.
Okay, let's play this game.
Yeah.
Let's and listen, this actress also, she does surprised, disgusted, confused, like the looks on her face are inscrutable.
She's so good. She, in fact, is the opposite of the priest from The Omen,
Yes, yes. That's right. Who came in hot.
who came in like, there's a demon, and he's in your child, and they have to do the thing. Hold
And
on,
if you look at his
sir.
head, he'll have the mark of the beast. So I need you to shave your child's head.
So now we have the binary, the 0 and the 1 of
Hmm.
reactions to knowing you're in a
Yes.
horror film. And we have
Mrs.
Bertha,
Mills is maybe a little too subtle.
totally.
But
And then we
again,
have the
it's like a
priest from
good
Omen.
therapist. She has a patience for most of the film.
Uh-huh.
And in that way of like, okay, listen, if we placate Grace, and she'll come around eventually because eventually she's going to have to deal with the others, the titular others
Uh-huh.
that also are in this house.
Yeah. I found it interesting when we play the game of do they say the title of the film in the film?
They
And
don't. I don't think they do.
they do one time, but they never, it's only at this early part when they are first sitting down for toast from Bertha.
Hmm. Hmm.
And it's not mentioned, it's only mentioned when Anne says, are you going to leave us like the others
Oh,
did?
okay.
So it's very interesting that the
It
phrase,
doesn't get a bell ring. I would say it
no,
doesn't
it
get a
does
bell
not.
ring. Yeah.
And the only reason I point that out is to say that the only time they use the phrase the others is in kind of normal, easy to miss conversation
Hmm.
about people who would not be deemed harmful
Yeah.
or scary. Every
Yeah.
other time it's the intruders, which I think is really
Yeah.
interesting, which you can't name this film The Intruders because then it becomes like a home invasion movie. It
Yeah.
becomes The
But it
Strangers Are
is a
Funny
home
Games. It
invasion film.
is, but it's not quite to that level, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so Anne knows something is up because at this first like breakfasty thing where they're not eating, she's she mentions that Mummy went mad, remember? And Nick was like,
Oh,
"No, shut the fuck up.
yeah.
STFU, girl."
Yeah. She's like, well, it happened.
Uh-huh. So we're like,
What
"Mad
happened?
how?" Like her favorite team lost
Yeah. Yeah.
or
Uh-huh. She punched her TV.
Yeah, yeah.
But immediately the kids start fighting, and that brings Grace in the room. And,
Uh-huh.
well, we can't talk about Mummy's psychotic break in front of Mummy.
No.
So we're just gonna like brush it under the rug here.
Yeah. So Grace is being Grace. She's gracing it all up with the
Oh my
kids,
God.
teaching them Bible stuff, talking to Bertha, saying like, "Oh, was Lydia born like that? How do you
Yeah.
mean, ma'am? Like she was born mute? No, no, she wasn't." And then she walks out of the
Yep.
room.
No additional information given.
And this is where Grace starts hearing sobbing from other rooms. And to this point, all we've heard as audience members, we've heard no ghosty,
No.
supernaturally things yet. All we know is that Grace has complained that Anne makes up strange stories, and she does not
Oh,
like
yes.
strange stories. She likes
I do.
truthful
Yes.
stories
Do you
like the
know what I'm
Bible.
talking about? You could be talking about anything, ma'am.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what you're talking about.
No.
I mean, I do, but what do you think you're talking about? Again, this entire movie is like a very long therapy session.
Yeah. It definitely
How
feels
does
like
that make you feel, Grace?
a bit of a
When your
Beckett
daughter
play.
talks about strange things,
Yeah.
how does that make you feel?
When you say frustrated, can you elaborate on the other feelings that came with frustration?
Yeah.
Yeah. So she starts hearing crying, and she's got her kids in separate rooms, both studying
Right.
the same thing. It's a bit of a punishment of like, you two are telling bad stories, so you have to be separated. But in both rooms, both kids are studying. They're like, that's not me crying. I don't know what you
Yeah.
heard.
Yeah.
It's Anne who says, "Oh, it was Victor." Who the fuck's Victor? It's a little boy ghost who comes around here.
Yeah.
You know,
Who
Mal
lives he
Blum.
doesn't even she doesn't even say
Yeah.
ghost. He's just there's a boy who lives here.
Yeah.
I see him sometimes. Wait, what? There's somebody in the house.
He said actually his family owns this house. This is his family's house and that we have to
Yeah.
leave.
And then his dad's a pianist.
Uh-huh.
And yeah. I don't know, he seems pretty cool. But
Yeah,
he
he's
but not
nice.
cool. Like he's, he kind of we get into it as little kids do. I think he's a fibber, or,
Yeah.
whatever she says about him.
She's like, "But wait, how can a little boy get in and out of a locked room?" And then she looks
Mhm.
over and sees one of the doors is open. And she
Love it.
lights into Bertha and Lydia.
Oh yeah.
She was full Karen on their
I
asses.
explain to you the rules of this house. No wire hangers ever. What is this?
So, you know, Bertha's doing her best to say, "Oh, well, I can't imagine how that could have happened. You saw me. I was
Yep.
in the garden, ma'am." So at night, these curtains are opening, and one of the rules of the house is curtains are to be closed because of the photo or the light allergic children who will
Yeah.
burst into flames if they touch light brighter than candles.
Which apparently is a real thing, but it is so exceptionally rare. Like literally only 1,000 people in the entire world have this
Okay, yeah,
disorder. But it is based
it is a
in
real thing.
based in somewhat in reality. Yeah.
Okay. Well, at night, these curtains come open in the kid's bedroom.
Oh, I hate this scene. I love this scene, but I hate this scene. This to me is like the importance of blocking and choreography in filmmaking
Hmm.
because Anne is like freaking out her brother, talking to Victor. But every time she talks to Victor, she turns her head away from the camera and her hair kind of obscures her face. So like Nicholas doesn't know. He's like, you're doing voices, but we don't know. Is she doing voices? Is Anne is Anne the go like again, this movie throws so much at the walls
Hmm.
right up front that you're like, maybe it's we have a creepy mom, we've got a creepy caretaker lady, but we also now have a creepy kid. Maybe it's Anne. Maybe this is like a she's a split personality.
Yeah.
And even when she's like, fine, I'm going to go to bed, and she closes those curtains, and then a moment later in the darkness, a child-sized hand kind of goes and like opens them again.
Yeah.
It could very easily be Anne.
Yeah. Yeah. The camera does not let you know. This isn't like Martyrs, where the
Yeah.
camera finally shows us an
Hmm.
outside POV to say,
Yeah, yeah,
"Oh,
yeah,
that
yeah.
sleep
This
sleep
person
paralysis
doesn't.
demon isn't real."
Yeah.
Yeah, this scene definitely, even Victor's voice when he speaks is a little bit like,
Right?
yeah,
Yeah. It kind of sounds like I'm Danny's not here, Mrs.
yeah.
Lawrence.
So for Nicholas to say, "Stop making that voice,"
Yeah.
but yeah, this kid freaks out
Hmm.
because she's like, "Here, Victor, touch his cheek so that he knows you're real and that you know he's real."
Yeah.
I just wrote in my notes so he knows he's real, and I'm not sure which he is who she was
Hmm.
talking to there, but it's so you both know that you're real. And
But again, it's like you just see a child's hand come
yeah,
out of off a frame.
yeah,
You're like, this doesn't prove nothing proves anything,
of course not.
which again is going to be something that is echoed much later in the movie of like some things you can't look up in a book. A
Yeah,
Bible story doesn't apply. You can't know everything. You can't figure everything out. Some
there's,
things remain mysterious.
yeah, I think even Bertha says something to that effect that
Yeah.
there's value in not knowing. I mean, I'm paraphrasing, but yeah, it's, yeah, you cannot understand all of the
Live in
world.
ambiguity.
Yeah,
Is your husband alive? Is he coming home?
yeah,
Because right now you've just frozen your life in anticipation and you're just like holding on to the hope that he is alive. He is coming home.
yeah,
If I say that often enough, I will believe it.
yeah,
Versus being like, I don't know, man.
yeah. Well, and I think that ties so much into Christianity. There's, oh God,
Mhm.
there's a newish comedian, Jewish guy who makes a joke about, you know, he's like, Jews were really interested in questions. Like Judaism
Mhm.
is about
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
questions, whereas Christianity is about answers.
Yeah.
So Jews will think about like, what is the nature of God? What is the nature of a Messiah, of a return to the earth of a God? Whereas Christians are like, oh, he's definitely a brunette. And
Yeah, yeah,
so,
yeah, yeah,
and,
yeah, yeah.
and I think the certainty that comes with Christian belief is so, it's being deeply examined here in this
Yeah.
film. There is, earlier in the movie when Grace questions Anne about Anne saying, "Oh, I would have never been beheaded by the Romans because I would have just like said, I
Oh,
don't know
yeah, I
nothing about
love
Jesus."
this. I love, but on the inside, I'd believe. But on the outside, I'd just be like, I don't know, Jesus who?
And her mom is like, "Hey, but denying Christ is a sin and you would go to kids limbo." And so we have this whole breakdown of where limbo is. Well, this girl does so much reading and does in her punishment and probably in
Yeah.
her normal life, but she is fucking fact checking her mom.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
And when her mom is like, do your forgivenesses, and she's like, no, because I didn't do anything. I'm not going to ask for forgiveness for something
yeah,
I didn't do. And she says, well, you'll go to limbo. And she says, that's not true. And says, I looked it up. Limbo is only for unbaptized children, and I have been baptized. And Grace looks shook.
oh, yeah.
It's fucking great. Bertha wants to know how long Anna's going to be punished. Again with the time slip, because we don't really know
Yeah.
until Bertha says something. They've been like this for 3 days, where that girl has just been sitting in a stairwell reading fucking Bible study.
Yeah. Like imagine like standing in the living or in the hallway, like just having to read from the Bible continuously for 3 days.
Unbelievable. How much does it pay, really, is my
Yeah.
question.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're now getting more and more noises upstairs, and uh, Anne starts hearing clomping upstairs. I'm sorry, Anne. Grace starts hearing
Yeah.
clomping upstairs, thinking it's Bertha and Lydia, but she sees the two of them outside, and Mr.
Ooh.
Tuttle's not there that day. So she goes upstairs and checks in with Anne on the way, being like, "Did you hear something?" She's like, "I mean, not really." But yeah, there's definitely people in that room over there. You know, our junk
Yeah.
room.
Fucking creepy. That's the other thing. Like, I love the sound design in this movie
Mm,
of like the voices, noises coming from other rooms, which this
right.
is something we get a lot in, sort of the William Castle, in The Innocents, the like, but Nicole Kidman, this like, I'm gonna look at the ceiling and follow the sound of a voice, and then like the chandelier kind of jingles a bit
Hmm.
to give you a visual representation. The soft piano music coming from another room, the
Hmm.
the sound of Anne reading kind of becomes a quiet soundtrack.
Yeah. Well, she goes into that room, and it is a bunch of just furniture covered in white sheets. Basically, it's a
Uh-oh.
storage room, but that makes it all the fucking creepier.
Yeah.
Also, the way the furniture is stood up on end, so it resembles the ghosts when Anne was describing to
Hmm.
Nicholas earlier, like, "Oh, Victor, this kid I'm seeing is not a ghost because ghosts are covered in white sheets and they have chains and they go
Yeah.
woo."
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Yeah. Like
this is
very Jacob Marley
yeah,
ghost.
this is matching our classic view of the ghost, a
Hmm.
person draped in a white sheet.
And what is it? Grace hears breathing, I think.
Yeah, she hears like a,
Oh, of course. Of course.
and then there is what when it comes to clarity. This is where I love having closed captions on, not just so I understand
Yes.
it, but so I understand in a case like this where it might have been like carefully hand typed in rather
Yeah.
than
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
AI interpretation. Suddenly it goes from like gibberish
Yeah.
to she's a woman. And then you hear a like a deep inhale.
Yeah.
And then she hears them all scatter out and
And
leave.
she comes out, and Anne's like, one went that way, one went that way, one went that way, one went that way. They're in the house, Mom.
Yeah. They actually told me, I was talking to them. Victor said that they want to take down all the curtains. It's so dark in
Yeah.
here. It's
Yeah.
very, very funny. She's like, Anne says, "Here, mommy, I drew a picture of the family. See, this is the daddy, and this is the mommy, and this is little Victor, and there's this old lady that they hang out with, and the drawing of this old lady, Cecil, chef's kiss.
That's one of our favorites on this
Oh
podcast. Creepy children's drawings. And this one is, again, this movie is the most subtle. This is not sinister, you know?
no, 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 no.
This is like, they look like normal ass people. Just the only thing about the old woman is that they're like, oh, she has like white eyes, like she's blind, like she's looking at you, but not looking at you.
Yeah.
And she has kind of frizzy hair.
And she says things like, "Come with us, come to me, children, come to
Yeah.
me." And Victor thinks she's a witch, and I don't. It just all of this confounding lore is so good to get us off the scent of what's really going
Yeah.
on. So now Grace is fully convinced because she has physical evidence, like she
Hmm.
has experiential evidence,
Yes.
material signs that something crazy is going on.
So we're going to search every room in this house.
And she draws out that rifle.
I love it. She has a moment that is like so subtle. Like when she goes to get the rifle for the first time, there's a moment of like, she experiences deja vu. That again, it's like
Oh,
much
yeah.
like Mrs. Mills, like that thing of like when you know the ending, you see these things that are she's like, huh, that's like I feel like I've been here before. Oh well, fuck it. No, I have a job to do, but it's so brief.
Mm-hmm. I didn't clock that, but that's great. That's so good. She also, Grace starts going through old, like the attic,
Yeah, yeah.
and there's a bunch of stuff that has been collected there from previous people.
Well, because
And
she's looking for a mommy ghost, a daddy ghost, a Victor ghost, and an old lady ghost.
yeah. The other thing subtly that happened earlier is when the kids first get sent to do their studies, what Nicholas is just kind of learning to really to like read correctly, to read
Hmm.
grammar and to
Yeah.
write. And so the story he's reading is this, it's Christian, but it's really just about what is a family? A
Oh,
family is made
yes.
up of a mother, a father, their children, and the grandparents.
Yeah.
And so there's often a grandparent that lives with the family. And so like, but that's just like B-roll, like fading into the background as we go. It's like
Well, I
unimportant.
but I love what it continues of like children should never disobey their parents.
Right.
Children should always be respectful and
Uh-huh.
never question the parent. So again, it's like this sort of Christian allegory of like
Uh-huh.
don't question God.
Right.
Just this is what we do.
Yeah.
Don't ask questions. Like and don't be a doubting Thomas.
Yeah.
Don't doubt. Don't poke holes. God made all the animals in a day.
Yeah.
He's like he put them all in a boat.
Sure. So, I love the conversation about with Bertha later when they're talking about, when Anne brings up ghosts being covered in sheets with chains,
Hmm.
and Bertha says, "You read a lot. You read a lot of things about, you don't have to believe everything you read." She says, "Oh, I don't. Like I don't believe a lot of the Bible. Like I don't believe
Yeah,
God created the world in
yeah.
7 days. I don't believe that the Holy Spirit is a dove.
Is a
Doves are the
dove.
least holy of the birds." And
They
Nicholas is
poop
like,
on our window.
"They poo on our windows." But that's a real observation
Yeah,
by a child who's not held in check by societal norms as we do not question Jesus Christ or the
yeah, yeah,
teachings
yeah,
of the Bible. But that notion that the grandparents live with them also kind of sets us on a mission to say this ghost, it must have been a mother, father, son,
hmm,
and grandmother of
yeah.
sort that lived there. So let's try and find this photo. But all these photos seem to be of like larger groups of people.
Hmm.
But then she finds basically a death book,
Yeah.
pictures of the dead.
Oh, I love this. Again, this prop is great. Like the fact that it has the clasp on it, she has to unclasp it
Mm-hmm.
and kind of it's a locked secret.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, "Look, these people are sleeping. Look, there's all these photos of people sleeping."
And
And
Bertha's
Mrs.
like, "Come
Mills is
here,
like, "Man, that is a Book of the Dead. They're
ma'am. This is a
not,
Wendy's."
ma'am, this is Wendy's. You can't die here. You can't prop up your corpse and take a photo here of your two 10-year-olds."
But yeah, she said, Bertha says, though they're dead, those people are dead. The idea was if you took a photo, there was sort of this belief that maybe your spirit would live on because of
Yeah.
the photo of you. Because we
Because
have
people
you,
would remember
yeah,
you.
yeah, which is kind of what she means. But she just says the belief that the soul might come back because of the photo. Grace
Yeah.
is like, how could people believe in such superstitions that there is life after death because of a
Yeah,
photo? Well, that's
that's
weird.
crazy. Why do you think that's crazy, Grace?
I want Bertha Mills as my therapist
I know,
so
right?
badly. She's so good. I have a great therapist, but Bertha is pretty awesome.
Kind of like a Sphinx-like Irish
Yeah,
lady. I
yeah,
honestly, take my money. Sort
yes.
me out, Mrs. Mills.
Sort me out, Freud mommy. I love it.
So why do you feel the need to go into town? Would you consider yourself an avoidant personality?
What was it like the day your husband left for war? What did
Yeah,
you do
tell me
that day?
about that.
Tell
Tell
me
me
about that
about
day.
that day.
Did you feel loved by your mother? Like, did you know your mother loved you?
How
Okay.
did she show it?
We learn, so that night, Grace is having quite a day. She took in a lot of information.
Yeah. They didn't find
She's,
anything, clearly. They didn't find any
no.
people in the house. They searched everywhere.
And this is an incredible shot, but she's sitting by the fireplace.
Hmm.
And then they cut over, like she's being contemplative, Grace is.
Yeah.
And then the frame changes so that we see Bertha sitting off at the distance, and she is talking to Bertha, and she finally says, Bertha, you can come, Mrs. Mills, you can come sit by the fire. Mrs. Mills is like, great.
Oh, thank you.
I've gotten the alert that my number here at the deli has come up and my order is
Yeah.
ready. But we learned that we know that Bertha and the other two had worked in this house before. We had found that out earlier in the movie. But here she says, back in the day there were so many servants, but because of the tuberculosis, the island got evacuated and then the house just kind of went empty.
The master kind of eventually stopped coming as often, so we didn't need all the servants, and everybody kind of died. Like died.
Uh-huh. And you can see on Nicole Kidman's face here, it's the face I make when somebody's telling me a story and I think, wait, okay, it's impolite for me to pull out my phone and Google this.
Yeah.
But I have questions and I'm afraid to fact check what they're saying.
With the accuracy of this.
But in her mind, she's got to be thinking, when was tuberculosis?
Right.
That's what her face says.
Oh, yeah. And Mrs. Mills, she's like, oh, that was years ago. It was before you got here. I mean, just many years. Let's go with many years ago.
Note to self, when Mrs. Mills goes to bed, Wikipedia tuberculosis.
Yeah. TB outbreak. Jersey Islands.
Jersey Islands. Okay, so Grace hears late at night the piano playing. Or just at night. Actually, there's no sense of time sometimes in this movie, too.
Yeah, let's talk about that. This is something that as I was kind of, when the movie was finished, one of the things I love about this movie is the amber glow of lamps.
Mm-hmm.
The pools of light that are natural, that are unnatural, that move dramatically, that move thematically, shadows that move on the wall, even though the key light is something that a character's holding that is not moving. But I love this idea of, mostly in horror movies, we have characters in the dark reaching for a light switch. Like that's even the premise of the movie Lights Out. This idea of, I am in a horror film. I see something creepy in the dark. I turn on the lights. And this movie is so creative in that it's the inverse of that, of like, tamp everything out.
Yeah.
Like, and I think it's pretty early on when, Grace asks Mrs. Mills to go downstairs and check on something. And Mrs. Mills takes the only light source off camera. And we just sort of sit in the darkness for a minute until Grace can relight a new one.
Yeah.
But I love that the idea, and it's even very subtly reflected in the opening title sequence of, like, there's kind of a shadowy spotlight that kind of moves across these children's drawings. I love it.
It's so good.
But yeah, is it daytime? Is it so, like, we have these moments of Grace and Mrs. Mills sitting in the parlor, able to open the curtains, and you kind of forget. You're like, oh fuck, that's right. These children are in bed at like 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah.
What is time? When is bedtime?
When is morning? When is afternoon?
Yep.
Well, Grace hears the piano playing. And is, immediately riled up, like, no piano playing. But she goes into the room, unlocks the door, comes in, and the piano stops as she turns the doorknob.
Right.
And then when she looks, nobody's in that fucking room.
Nope. So she closes the piano case, locks it with a key, Because everything in this fucking house is locked.
Uh-huh. And then she examines the room and nobody's in there. So she notices that that door keeps creaking open, which kind of goes
Hmm.
back to what we were saying at the beginning, that we get a sense as this movie goes along that maybe her rules for keeping the doors locked was because they just kind of opened on them by
Yeah.
themselves all the time,
Or closed by
or closed
themselves,
by
or yeah.
themselves. And well, she goes outside of the room, the door creaks closed, then she opens it and it creaks
Yeah,
closed. So
she's like,
she
oh, I
starts
should
playing with
have
it.
Mr. Tuttle rehang this door.
And then suddenly that door slams in her face and knocks her to the ground.
Right?
And then she hears the lock locking from the other side.
Yeah.
And she races to Miss Mills, give me the key to the music room. When she gets back in, no one's in there, but that keyboard is unlocked and open.
Hmm. I know I left it closed.
I fucking checked that room.
Yeah. Grace.
Mm-mm. Bertha tells her, I've often believed in these things because Grace is like,
Yeah.
I can't make, I can't, there's something
Yeah.
in this house, something that's not at rest, and I can't wrap my head around. It's not, I'm
I
not
love
going to
it. She
say
describes it
ghost.
as being unquiet, I
Mm-hmm.
think.
Yeah. She can't say ghost. She can't
Yeah.
say haunted. She can't
Something is
say,
unsettled.
yeah. And
What do you think it is, Grace? Do you feel settled in this house? Is there anything you'd like to talk about?
Grace can't believe it because of the Bible, but Bertha's like, oh, this is the line. There isn't always an
Yeah.
answer for everything.
Yeah.
And Grace, Bertha says, I think the world of the dead gets mixed up with the world of the living sometimes. And it does feel like we're going to have to come to terms with that somehow
Yeah.
instead of freaking out every single time. My new apartment is not that new anymore. I've been here for about 9 months now almost.
Okay.
But it's the first apartment that I've lived in or the place that I've lived in where the cats will just suddenly just like look up and across the room and just stare at
Yeah.
nothing. And it's a 110-year-old Brooklyn apartment,
They're like, what's in that corner
Yeah.
over there that they're really interested in?
Rather than freak out, I just kind of do if you're here with me
Yeah.
now, just know that you're welcome to
Yeah.
whatever. Just let me know what you
Like,
need.
I'm just watching TV.
Yeah, I just want to do
You
a
can
thing.
you can hang out in that corner
Yeah.
if you need the. Oh my God. Do you want to hear a spooky ghost story?
I love a spooky ghost story.
Okay, so I knew this guy who was the caretaker for the oldest house in New York City.
Okay.
It's way the fuck out in Queens, and it's I think it's like Revolutionary War era.
Uh-huh.
It is as old as this country. And it's, now it's a museum and kids go there to learn about farming and things like that. It's
Mm-hmm.
way the fuck out there. And his job was he was the caretaker of this house. So he
Uh-huh.
would spend the night in this 250-year-old house. And I spent the night with him one night and I was like, are we going to see ghosts? He's like, probably. I mean, probably not, but because I've learned their habits now,
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, well, there's this one door that no matter how many times I close it and lock it, every time I wake up, that door is always open again. So eventually I was like, you want that door open? That door stays open. So I've just
Yeah.
learned to adjust to their routines.
Yeah. That's nice.
Yeah. I thought that was a very pragmatic approach to it.
That's so good. And actually, I think one of the cool things that this movie does in the end, when we sort of understand
Hmm.
the two sets of people living in this house, when we see the others,
Yeah. Yeah.
or understand that Nicole Kidman and the kids are the others themselves, But seeing the seance and seeing both sides of the seance and why the table is shaking and why the papers get thrown in the air and why the kids are crying, and from the point of view of people doing the seance, it's like, it sounds terrifying. It sounds like, oh, these poor baby children. And yes, poor kids, but
Yeah.
also like it's so much more complicated, the lives of these people.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Like we always say about spiders or whatever, like they're
Hmm.
just as scared of you as you are of
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
So, um, Grace thinks, you know, I remember my husband Charles saying talking about how old this house was, that there must be, perhaps there's like an old graveyard, maybe
Hmm.
spirits here. Mr. Tuttle, could you search the site for gravestones?
I think it's over there somewhere.
Yeah, I'm gonna go into town and ask the priest to come and do
Hmm.
an exorcism or whatever on this house to bless this house.
And this is kind of the first time we get the three servants are being actively deceptive because
Yes.
everything before this was avoidant. Just listen. I can't say your
Yes.
mom is nuts,
Yeah.
but I will say, oh, she has her ways.
Mm-hmm.
But this is the first time they're like, Mr. Tuttle, you need to cover up those graves.
Yeah.
He's asking about the graves.
Yeah. When should we bring it all out in the open? All in good time, Mr.
Yeah.
Tuttle.
Oh, she's leaving? Oh, the fog will take care of her. She won't get far.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But holy shit, in the fog. Again, I love a good midpoint turn, like where
Yeah.
we have to scramble. And I don't know why I forget this every time, but it shocks me. I think this is my third time seeing this movie. It shocks me every time husband Charles shows up in the
I
fog. I'm like,
know.
oh, that's right. Fuck,
Because
yeah, he's
it's
such a
just
big part.
it's one of those things of like watching a play, like why are the characters remaining in this play?
Uh-huh.
Like why don't they, like why don't you just leave? And
Yep.
on stage it's like theater has to have them kind of remain in the room, and so it
Hmm.
becomes about language and ideas and characters and things like that. But in movies, your camera can go anywhere.
Yeah.
So it's kind of nice to have a movie be like, yeah, get out of there, girl.
Yeah.
Go for a walk. Go touch grass.
Let's go touch grass. Let's go see town.
Yeah. But she kind of can't. She gets a little turned around. And then the fact that like her husband shows up, and listen, he is not looking good.
He is catatonic
Yeah.
at best.
Like 1,000-yard stare. Like Johnny got his gun,
Hmm.
quiet on the Western Front.
Christopher Eccleston is such a great cast
Yeah.
here because he is. This is young Christopher Eccleston.
Yeah.
So this is like 4 or 5 years away from him doing the reboot of Doctor
Right, right,
Who.
right.
And it's I was Doctor Who was my first familiarity with him. I hadn't
Hmm.
seen him before, but here he's like gorgeous in a Sam Shepard rough and tumble
Yeah, yeah,
kind of
yeah.
way,
Yeah.
and this 1,000-yard stare. But the other thing we know about Christopher Eccleston, if we've watched Doctor Who or if we watched The Leftovers, is he
Hmm.
has a crazy setting.
Oh, yeah. Oh, for
And
sure.
and so if you've seen his other stuff, he has a go full Nick Cage
Yeah.
setting on him.
Oh, yeah. There's actually it's one of my least favorite Shakespeare plays, but he does there's a film version of Coriolanus with him
Oh,
as the main character, and it's like the only time I've been like, yeah, I buy it.
yeah.
I buy this character now for the first time.
And this film forces him to tamp that down, but
Mhm.
also to feel it. So
Yeah.
when we see full Chris Eccleston burbling,
Yeah.
it's good. He has so few lines, but he's amazing.
And it's also the buildup of wait till your father gets home. When is daddy getting
Uh-huh.
home? The daddy will solve everything.
Yeah.
Mommy's a bit on edge because daddy is not here.
Yeah.
And then we get daddy and we're like, oh no. Oh, daddy is his own problem.
Yeah.
Daddy ain't solving shit.
No.
Like to the point where even the fact that they recognize each other, like at this point in the movie, you're like, is this a fake? Like the fact that he's just out wandering about in the fog
Yeah.
and he's like, I could leave. So I was allowed to say goodbye to my wife. Like, I was allowed to say like goodbye to my wife and children. I was allowed to come home kind of one more time.
Yeah. Yeah, he just said I'm out there looking for my home. This line here, he's got this 1,000 yard stare. They're standing in the fog. This is like the most like Beckett play bullshit here when
Yeah,
she
yeah, yeah,
says
for real.
these long pauses between 3 word sentences. And she says, here's the dialogue on this page, and these actors make it work. And I think about this all the time when I read play scripts. How do you make these 2 lines
Yeah,
sound not pretentious? But here's the 2 lines. Grace says, "You're so different." Charles says, "Sometimes I bleed."
I know, right?
The gall, Cecil, to write that?
Yeah, yeah,
To write that line? That is pretentious bullshit, and it's beautiful. It works
yeah.
to perfection.
Because you have two characters having two different conversations.
Yes.
I mean, you have characters having completely different conversations throughout this entire film. So by this point, we're like an hour into this movie already.
Yeah.
So this is just par for the course.
Incredible. The other thing he serves in this film for her is he's the reset button.
Yeah.
She regresses back to her old ways. She is back to not just her life when husband was there, when daddy was home, but like her life a few days before when she didn't believe Anne. Because after Charles comes back, and even when he leaves
Oh,
again,
right.
she
Yeah,
is
yeah, yeah.
back to like, there are no intruders
No,
in
no,
this
no.
house.
No, everything is fine.
Yes.
Listen, we're not listen, we're gonna get lunch ready.
Hmm.
This is a happy day, kids. Let's put on
Hmm.
our happy faces. We're not gonna talk about anything that has gone on
Hmm.
in the last year and a half. And how does Charles respond? He goes upstairs to his bedroom and closes the door.
Is Charles is Charles's behavior in this scene, like his distance from her?
Hmm.
How did you read that? Did you read it as a quite literal shell shocked coming home from war,
Yeah.
or shell shocked I'm a ghost coming home from war?
Um,
Or did you read it as, is this how he was before he left?
oh, interesting. Interesting. Probably a bit of all three.
Yeah.
But I think when the first time I saw this movie, I think it's the appearance of Charles where I was like, these motherfuckers are dead. Like this was
Yeah.
the first time I got the feeling because some of the things that one, the fact that he just shows up out of nowhere, I'm like,
Hmm.
suspect.
Yep.
And it is these very subtle things of like, this dude is like this is the shell shocked. I've been given by the mercy of God, I'm allowed to kind of like have one day with my family,
Yeah.
but
I
then
think
get sucked back into the gray.
when we covered The Sixth Sense, the twist ending of The Sixth Sense is such a critical part of the experience of that movie.
Mhm.
It is not the movie, even knowing the ending of The Sixth Sense, is still incredible.
Yeah,
There's still so much emotional heft and weight to it, but it really does compromise the initial experience of the movie once you
sure.
know.
Well,
Uh,
because
and
in that movie, it's like the twist is he sees dead people,
yes,
or that's the thing that everybody takes away. But then you see the movie and you're like, oh no, that's a stone on the path to
uh-huh.
the actual thing.
And I think this movie, it does have a twist when the kids
Yeah,
see
for
the
sure.
headstones of the servants and what have you. Um, but I think this movie wants you to start really thinking about it halfway through, is
Yeah,
the feeling I got. I knew going into it that they were already dead, so it's hard to know where I would have been tipped off.
yeah. For me, it was Charles was the fulcrum
Yeah,
for me, in which I was like, wait a minute.
that's what I
Eh,
would have presumed. Yeah.
yeah. And then the fact that he comes in, he's clearly not doing well. Like he is just staring at the
Yeah.
ceiling. And then it's also this beautiful scene between Grace and Charles where Grace is like, "Wait, you're leaving again?" It's
Yeah.
not that why do you feel this obligation to go fight these people halfway across the world, even though she's been lecturing to her children? How do you know you're the goodies or the baddies? Like, well, of course we're the goodies.
We're
We
English.
fight on the side of Jesus Christ. We're the goodies. If we were baddies, we have these skulls on their helmets.
I love that she does not differentiate goodies and baddies other than the fact that we're the English and they're
I
the
know.
Germans. I'm
Doesn't
like,
go into
oh,
any explanation.
the Germans famously have a laundry list of what explains them as baddies. There are many
Yeah,
wars in the history of humankind where we could say, hard to tell who the goody or baddie is. It kind of depends on your
yeah,
political or religious affiliation. World War II, we had a pretty strong case that universally
yeah.
we could assume that the Germans were the baddies for XYZ reasons. And she's just like, we're the goodies because we're the English.
Clearly.
Oh,
But
makes
then
me,
in this
yes.
conversation with her husband, she's like, this fucking war, your fucking morals. You know what I think it is? I think you just don't want to be with me. And this kind of melts him a bit.
Yeah.
And it's, again, this is PG-13. It's like he kind of lays next to her and then it fades to black and then it kind of fades back in and they're without clothes and they're very connected to each other.
Hmm.
They just had a little bit of ghost sex.
Yeah. Yeah. Getting it. Yeah. She's got to catch some D.
Yeah. And she's like, "Oh, I'm so glad you're gonna stay."
Nope.
And it's like I think it's like her eyes are closed and his eyes are open and he's just looking at her and you're like, "Oh, he's out the door.
Yeah. Just
He's
brush my teeth before
that's
you
it.
leave me,
That's it. Angel of the morning."
baby. Yeah, Angels of the Morning, her, does not brush her teeth or
No,
touch her cheek before he leaves, and
no.
he's gone.
Wakes up. And again, it's like we don't see him leave. We just see much like the very first shot of her screaming and waking from a nightmare. We don't see him leave. We just see her wake up and be like, "Oh no,
Oh yeah,
no."
motherfucker. There was an uh the night before. We're not to the confirmation dress just yet, but the night before, I wanted to comment on when Daddy is there. There is a big fight at the table. Daddy doesn't come down for dinner. We have the goodies or baddies
Right.
talk with
Yeah,
Anne,
yeah.
but Anne brings up the intruders in the house, and
Hmm.
Grace is like, "There are no intruders in this house. Stop telling lies, young lady." And
Yeah.
she's trying to control the house to make it nice for Daddy coming
Hmm.
home, and Anne is like, Anne, she crashes out,
Yeah.
and it's Bertha who has to stop her and say, "I've seen what you say you've seen. I've seen it too. There are things your mother just doesn't want to hear. Sooner or later,
She's going
she'll
to have
see
to.
them, and everything will be different.
Oh, yeah.
There will be some big surprises. There will be changes."
Yeah.
Ominous. Okay, so I think now that Daddy is gone.
Yes. The kids are not happy, but Grace is, again, she's stiff upper lip.
Uh huh.
She's going to grit her teeth and be like, you know what? Fuck daddy.
Yeah.
We're in it together. We've got to make life exciting and fun for us. So, you know what? Let's put on a fancy dress and wed you to Christ.
But before this happens, we have all of the curtains go missing.
Oh, that's right. Is that
Because
oh
while
my
she's out looking
God.
for Charles,
That's it. Yeah,
Anne
yeah, yeah,
wakes
yeah.
up and screams. Both those kids scream because the curtains aren't just drawn, they are gone.
Gone. And I love the fact that it's like the kids are experiencing sunlight and you're like, you seem fine, kids. You seem okay.
Yeah.
But they've been taught by mom. Oh no, scream. And like, I love this. Like, Grace has the most sumptuous velvet bathrobe
Oh my God.
that she's like thrown over them. And she's like carrying one and she's got one. So they're like trying to like shuffle them from one room to another. But there's nowhere to go, Grace. She finally gets them into a playroom where she puts like a chalkboard up
Uh huh.
against the wall as like a makeshift barrier from the sunlight.
You know what one of my favorite tropes is the put upon person who's being Karened by a Karen, right?
Hmm.
The put upon person who responds calmly
Oh yeah,
to the shouty
yeah,
person. And so
yeah.
Grace is ripping into Lydia, the
Because she's like,
mute
there's only
woman.
three other
Like,
people in this
yeah,
house.
yeah,
Like,
you
you all
must
took the
know.
curtains.
Yeah, and you must know what's happening here. We write it down, and Bertha comes in and says, "Ma'am, she can't write either."
Hmm.
And she's like, "Well, the curtains were gone." She says, "I have noticed that, ma'am."
Yeah. Hey,
Didn't
Mr.
you,
Tuttle,
Tuttle, Mr. Tuttle? Did you
did you
notice that?
notice?
Yeah. Ah, now that you mention it, I do see that the curtains are gone.
Look at that. How peculiar.
Someone wants to kill my children with the sunlight. Don't you know that they are photosensitive? I had a Mr. Tuttle's like, I had a cousin with rheumatism.
I love it.
And then she had all these scars on her legs, and then one day
She just
she
woke up. She was
didn't.
okay.
She was
Yeah.
fine.
I mean, maybe the kids were photosensitive before, but now maybe they're okay.
Yeah. Maybe it's just a phase.
Before what? Grace? Before what?
Yeah. Let me ask you another question. I'm just going through the
Okay.
lore of this.
Hmm.
Does you think that in killing her children, that the madness that she experienced to kill her children is that they actually were photosensitive kids?
Hmm.
That they legitimately were children who suffered from this?
Okay.
And with daddy gone and her trapped in this house and the Germans here and no electricity and migraines and she can't even like look at sunlight, that
Yeah.
was what literally drove, these are the things that drove the madness? Or is it simply something deeply psychological where she needed her husband to justify her existence?
After this watching, this is the big question that I walked away with is why did she do what she did?
Yeah,
Why does she Medea her family?
right.
You know, because in Medea we have, she had pretty revenge. Like she has a
Yeah,
pretty good reason. And in this, upon watching the ending, and I know we're kind of skipping a couple of scenes here, but like the movie is so concerned with the explanation of who the others are, what is the twist, that I think Grace's motivation for the murder suicide is kind of swept under the rug a bit. Like it's
yeah,
never like we get the I love my children. I didn't want to hurt my children. I it's really open ended.
yeah. I mean, I think very intentionally so.
Yeah.
I think he's not there to give us the actual answer because I think there is something to my question at the beginning of, do I trust her?
Yeah.
And I think the film kind of wants you to. I think the film wants to
Mm.
speak to atonement
Yeah, yeah,
versus
yeah. Yeah.
forgiveness,
Yes.
atonement to your family rather than to Christ, right?
Yeah.
Uh, I knew someone who in older age who had died and spent years trying to get right with Christ and not their
Yeah.
own family.
Yeah.
And
Like maybe the people that they actually hurt.
yeah. And that's really a shame that, like,
Yeah.
why are we giving it up to, old man in the sky as opposed to the people literally around you? So I think the movie
Because
wants
Old
us
Man in the
to,
Sky won't talk back. Old
no,
Man in the Sky won't push back.
yeah. And he gave you the cancer to begin with. He caused
Yeah.
the accident to begin with, or he let it happen, however that works. And your family is actually directly affected by everything you do, and vice versa. And so I think that's what the filmmaker wants us to think. But I did have that question of, not that it matters once you're at the point of being full Medea,
Yeah.
but it does matter a little bit because I'm curious from the story point of view. Like, was it a series of events that you could see how it
Yeah.
would
Yeah. Yeah.
drive the madness? Or
Mhm.
was it simply that she lived an unexamined life? And when her
Yeah.
husband left, she didn't know how to function.
I think I would lean towards that like this how again back to this the beginning of like this house has so many rules. She has self-imposed rules.
Uh-huh.
No radios. Know that like the isolation finally got to her.
Yeah.
And the fact that she's like probably one night she went into a fugue state.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I do believe that she doesn't remember killing her children.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so too.
But she was so wound up,
Mm-hmm.
isolation, trying to keep up hope that the husband is coming home, even though he's probably not coming home.
Yeah.
She probably just lost hope.
Well, she forces out all of the servants. She is fed up with their
Yep.
bullshit and like, you knew about this. Like, why, we'll find those curtains. I'll make you hang them and then you're fired.
She pulls a gun on him.
She pulls a rifle on these fucking servants.
Yeah.
And they're like, okay, well, you can have the
Yeah.
keys to the house. We are gone. Bye.
I love it. There's a really subtle thing that Fionnuala Flanagan does when like Nicole Kidman is like facing these three servants. She has a rifle like
Uh,
trained on them. Give me the keys. And Mrs. Mills puts out her hand the same level as the rifle and just kind of like gives her fingers just a little bit of a jiggle
yeah, yeah,
to
yeah.
be like, I dare you to take it. Like just a little, like it's not a taunt.
Uh,
It's just the whiff of a taunt.
right.
Just a not overt,
Yeah.
just a hint of I dare you.
Well, they are kicked out, and she says, you know something, Mr. Tuttle? I've reached the end of my tether. I think we'd better uncover the gravestones.
Uh-oh. This is where I'm like, hey, writers, take note. Having two character or multiple characters come to the rival of the same plot point
Uh-huh.
through two different avenues.
It's really cool.
I love it. To me, this is like class act.
I also like by this point, I think we're pretty invested in the idea of these people are dead.
Yeah.
Everyone in this house is dead, but like, what are the servants doing? Like, who did the
Yeah.
moving? Because I think the twist of the ending isn't that Kidman and the kids are dead.
Mhm.
That is the twist, like
Yes.
inherently. But I think for me, like the real twist is who are the people living? Who are the others? Who
Yeah.
are the intruders? And when we see, to me, it's like the visual twist. The seance scene to me
Mhm.
is showing, not telling,
Yeah.
and it demonstrates it so beautifully. So even on this viewing, when those kids sneak out of the house at night because they want to go find daddy,
Yeah.
and when they find those headstones, each time I watch it, I still think they're about to see their own names on the headstone.
Oh, yeah.
But what they see is Bertha Mills.
That's I know. That's like again, that's three steps down the path.
Yeah. And at the same time, Grace is upstairs in the attic and she finds another one of those death photos from
That's the three
1891.
servants.
And it's Bertha, Lydia, and Mr. Tuttle.
They did.
They be dead. They had that TB in 1891.
So now the incremental is ghosts exists.
Yeah.
These people are ghosts.
Yeah.
And I love this. Like children come away from there. Nicole Kidman fires a gun at them. They just keep walking forward. She shuts the door. She locks the door. And then it's this shot of the three of them just standing at the window, like lit. It's very like Salem's Lot,
Uh-huh.
but they're not trying to get in. And the sound of their voice is coming from inside the house, even though they're outside the house.
Yes.
Like kind of echoing through. So it's like unescapable for Grace, the voice of the crashing reality cry to be like, hey, lady.
Uh-huh.
So, Grace, we need to talk about the arrangements here.
Yeah. Well, Grace is not really welcoming them in just yet. She's still a little bit freaked out. She has told the kids, "Oh no, they're coming for us." They're thinking these servants. She tells the kids, "Run upstairs, lock yourself together. Don't separate. Good
Yeah.
horror movie. She knows she's in a horror movie now. Do not separate. Lock yourselves and hide. But then the kids are upstairs hiding in the closet. And it's like, stop breathing that hard, Nicholas. Stop
Do you
breathing.
hear
And she
that?
covers his mouth, but we still hear something.
Which again is like this idea of the children that are suffocated
Uh-huh.
to stop breathing. Like,
Yep.
and also Anne, in order to like get mom's goat, when she couldn't say anything, she starts breathing really loudly. So this
Yeah.
idea of even breathing aggressively, like maybe that was the thing that drove Grace over the edge.
Yeah.
My children are breathing too loud. I must quiet them,
Yeah.
not realizing, oh, that will kill them.
Yeah. Well, the kids get they get out of the closet and they start hearing the voice saying, "Come with us, come to us, children." And it's the old lady voice. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. We are completely ahead of ourselves here, Cecil, because we'd never I skipped over the communion dress scene from
Confirmation. Yeah,
earlier.
yeah, yeah.
Confirmation, I'm sorry, the confirmation scene. We got I don't know, I got so consumed with this idea of finding these
Because that's what,
gravestones.
yeah, I think it's like after dad leaves, they're like, hey, let's keep occupied with activities. I'll let you try on your communion dress, which I just
Uh-huh.
finished embroidering.
It looks like a
I,
bridal gown. Uh-huh.
Mhm. You're married to the church now.
Yep.
Okay, you can wear it for another hour. But again, it's like seeing Grace give her children a kindness, a leniency is
Yeah.
so, like, but we know because at this point it's like, well, dad's out of here, so we got to make our own fun.
Yeah.
Just no sitting on the floor, don't touch the walls.
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
And when Grace comes back to Anne's room, she's like, okay, Anne, we got to get you out of the dress. You were allowed to play in the dress, but now you have to get it off. And she comes in there and she sees from behind Anne crouched over playing with her little marionette puppets,
Hmm. Singing to herself.
singing to it's just Anne's voice. But
I
then
thought I told you not to sit on the floor.
it's fine. It's not, the floor's clean. And then she sees Anne's hand,
Ugh.
which is a old woman hand.
Old lady hand. Full old lady in the dress, but
Uh-huh.
it's Anne's voice. And again, it's like, oftentimes in horror movies, it's creepy, corpse like old person, someone close to death, let's say,
Yeah.
is a normal scare. But then it's a very jump out and grab you. Even in The Sixth Sense, it's like
Yeah.
their motivation for grabbing them is different. It's not
Hmm.
like, but in this, it's what, mommy? Why are you looking at me like that?
Yeah.
And it's Grace who attacks. What have you done with my children? It's me. It's me.
And
She kind
again,
of like
yeah,
wrestles her down.
chokes her,
Yeah.
to go back to the choking breathing thing.
Yeah.
Tears that dress too.
And now
Uh,
suddenly it is Anne.
yeah.
And Mrs. Mills is like, okay,
Yeah.
mom is putting time out. Bad
Yeah.
parent, time out.
Yeah. And when Bertha comes in and sees all of this, it's Anne saying she won't stop until she kills us. She wants to kill us. You're
Hmm.
wicked. Wicked.
Hmm.
So, one quick, because we just got my fault, but because I steered us wrong in the plot thing, I got so anxious to jump to the gravestone thing. But just a quick correction. So this all happens before Charles leaves. This is before
Does
Daddy
it?
goes away. It's just when Daddy is like,
It's just
Daddy's in a
upstairs.
mood. He's just
Okay.
upstairs. Yeah,
Okay.
he's
Oh,
doom
gotcha, gotcha, gotcha.
scrolling.
Yeah.
Um,
He's
but
in his man cave.
yeah, and this is kind of when we have Bertha with Grace. And Bertha saying, you really do need to sleep more. Like,
Oh,
just get
yeah.
more rest. And you know what? Here's your
Here are these
pills.
pills.
Wait, what are these pills? For your migraines, the same pills you always have.
Hmm.
And it's Grace that chucks those pills down the
Oh yeah.
drain. And this is when it's the starting point for the Charles leaving scene before they have sex, and then he
Ghosts on her.
bounces. Yeah,
He
but
ghosts her.
he goes, "Sir, yeah." He says, "Anne told me what happened."
Oh,
But he
that's
says, "Anne
right.
told me
That's
what
right.
happened that day.
Yes.
Tell
Because
me it's
because
not
Grace
true."
because Grace is like, she's been bad mommy. So she can't stop her daughter from seeing her father. Like your father's resting. That no.
Yeah. And so there's a little bit of confusion because we just saw the communion dress scene.
Mhm.
And because the film kind of plays with time of how many days have passed.
Yeah.
How long have we been here? So Anne told me what happened that day. Tell me it's not true. Tell me what happened. And she says, I don't know. I don't know what happened. Just the
Yeah.
servants left. And who knows why they left? I'm like, oh, I know why they left now.
Mm-hmm.
They're
Yeah.
like, well, no more work here, y'all.
Yeah. Mom gets a little wound up.
Mm-hmm. And well, and also mom dead
Yeah.
and children dead, and
Yeah.
we don't get paid
So,
enough to clean this part of the
yeah.
house. So yeah, so
Okay.
that's where that
The
happens
the
in there.
chronology.
Then we get into the curtains missing. Then we get into get out of my house. Then we get into we found the gravestones and we found the photo. And it's when the servants are at the door telling her, "Hey, we can all make this happen. We can all make this work." And then we hear the kids screaming upstairs.
Yeah.
Oh, looks like the intruders found your children.
Oh. Well, here we go. What are you
So
screaming about, kids?
yeah,
I love this. It's just like a door opens and it's a whole set of people we've
never
been.
met.
Again, it's like with Charles, it's like the build up to these characters.
Yeah, and this is we assume this is late 40s, maybe early,
Yeah.
like not long
Hmm.
after the war,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
based off of their dress and based off of the
Yeah.
car we see at the end. But yeah, Bertha tells Grace, "Well, they found your kids, so you're gonna have to go talk to them now."
Yeah.
And she is just reciting her Lord's Prayer with her little
Hmm.
rosary and getting upstairs. And then we hear that woman from the other side of the door, "Why are you afraid, children? Speak to us." And when we open the door, we realize it's just a seance.
Yeah.
Here we see the mommy and the daddy, no Victor,
Hmm.
along with the old woman.
And she's auto writing,
Uh-huh.
and her assistant is reading
Mm-hmm.
what the children are saying, which is what the psychic is hearing,
Mm-hmm.
and it's selected. It's mostly Anne.
Mm-hmm.
Mommy, oh shit, mom's. Oh, we got all three of them here.
Yeah. And what happened in this room? What did your mother do to you? And Anne goes up and whispers to the old woman
Yeah.
something about a pillow. Is that how she killed you, with a pillow? No, we're not dead. Well, if you're not
We're
dead,
not
why do you
dead.
remain in the house?
We're
We're
not
not
dead.
dead.
We're
We're
and
not
like
dead.
again, it's like the repetition of the telephone game of like Anne saying it and then the man reading it. It's I
Yeah.
love
I love this scene. The scene is incredible. It's so good because the seance scene we're so familiar with, but to see the ghosts in it, to
it.
get to
Yeah.
see both the dead and the alive,
Hmm.
the dead and the living, like existing together without being able to fully understand each other. It's just great. And at the end of this seance, after Grace comes in and like shakes the table and tears up the papers, and they witness all of this, we see just the living in the room.
Hmm.
And the husband is like, wow, cool. Well, this was really informative. And the wife is like, we're leaving. We're not
We are
staying
leaving.
here.
Listen, I have made sacrifices for you before. Now you're going to take one. We're getting the fuck out of here
Uh-huh.
tomorrow.
He's like, we don't know exactly what's going on. She goes, oh, the fuck we don't.
Yeah,
We're
I know,
out
right?
now. And he's
Yeah.
like, fine, tomorrow morning, first thing. I love this final. We get like kind of two monologues at the end. One is Grace to her children,
Hmm.
holding them, and it's just her saying, "I didn't understand at first why the pillow was in my hands and why you weren't moving. I just was
Yeah.
holding a pillow and you weren't there. And then I got the rifle and I put it to my forehead and I pulled the trigger and nothing happened. Then I heard
Yeah.
you laughing in the other room,
Yeah.
as if nothing had happened. And the Lord gave me a second chance. But where the fuck are we?"
Yeah. Oh, you know what? Um, Lydia asked that same question of me, Mrs. Mills.
Uh huh.
And when I told her, she never spoke again. I wanted to tell you that before, like when we were,
Uh
but
huh.
you weren't ready to hear that.
No. But shall I make us a nice cup of tea? I mean, the intruders are gone. There's going to
Yeah,
be others, but
we'll
um,
figure it out.
we'll figure it out as we go.
Maybe you need to relax some about this whole doors closed, no curtains. Maybe you can let go of some of
Mm-hmm.
those self-imposed rules that you've put on yourself that
Mm-hmm.
led you to, I don't know, murder your children and yourself.
Yeah, let's just loosen up a little bit. Just like
Yeah.
everybody
It doesn't
relax.
have to be like a commune or anything.
No.
Just, people are going to do the dishes when they do the dishes. You got to
Yeah.
chill out for a minute.
And they stand by the window open onto the light. And this
Yeah.
is we don't see sun, but it is a brighter light than we've
Oh
seen
no,
during the
it's
movie.
no, it's like a sunny
Yeah,
day.
it's a sunny day. We can
Well,
tell that
a normal day, I
it's a
would say.
normal day, yeah. But she says, "This is our house," and the kids repeat it, and they all repeat, "This is our house.
Yeah.
We must protect this house."
Yeah.
And the kids realize, Mommy, we're in the light. We can
Yeah.
be in the light, and it's fine." And they disappear we see the outer shot of the window that they're standing in, and we see them just kind of disappear.
And then
And then
it's
little
Victor
Victor,
being like he sees it.
uh huh.
And he's like, there's fucking people, and there's ghost people in this house. And Dad's like, come on, son, we're moving back to Kensington or wherever the fuck.
And he grows up and moves to Philadelphia, and he
That's
becomes
it.
a child
Hmm.
psychiatrist.
Yep.
Yep.
Hmm.
Oh my God. Um, the end.
Yeah.
Shall we rate this film, Cecil?
Yes, let's.
All right. So, how approachable is The Others if you are horror movie squeamish? Like I said at the beginning, this is very approachable. I usually give things a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being not approachable, say like Martyrs, and then 10 being very approachable, like Over the Garden Wall or
Hmm.
Voyage of the Rock Aliens. But let's give The Others an 8 out of 10 approachability. I
Yeah.
think it's really approachable. Like you said, Cecil, no blood, no gore. The jump scares are there, but it's more about things being tightly wound and then release, as
Yeah.
opposed to boom, something is in your face.
Yeah. It's more the inexplicable.
Yes.
The,
So,
yeah.
and this movie does tightly wound really, really well. So it's, I think about a movie like The Orphanage.
Hmm.
The Orphanage has like a higher creep factor than this
I,
movie.
I think it's really funny. I was thinking about the films of Guillermo del Toro
Uh-huh.
versus this film because they're both, like this is kind of a Spanish director, and there is a similar love of the Gothic
Mm-hmm.
that they both have, but this is less creature feature, which
Right.
Guillermo del Toro kind of loves, and he loves the like.
Also, not Guillermo del Toro, The Orphanage is
Oh,
not.
really?
No.
What am I
It
thinking of then?
seems like it, but it is not him at all.
What am I
I don't know if
thinking of?
he was part of
Devil's Backbone.
Devil's Backbone, but all
Those two
similar,
movies,
all
those two
gothic.
movies are kind of the same movie to
Yep.
me. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, no, totally. That's totally it. But yeah, yeah, no, the gothic. I mean, and the innocence as well,
Yeah.
and Woman in Black or whatever. Like, there's just
Hmm.
like gothic, spooky horror thing. But the thing about, I think bringing up Del Toro is a great point. The thing about Devil's Backbone or The
Hmm.
Orphanage, there's a little bit more of the horror monster element to the
Yeah.
ghost.
Hmm.
And in this one, it's so classy because we don't see the
Hmm.
ghost. It's all in our minds. It's all very British.
Yeah.
even though it's a
It's
Spanish
perception.
director. Yeah. So, um, yeah. So 8 out of 10 approachability, ghostiness, jump scares. Uh, we don't see it. It's told to us that there was a murder suicide, but um, there you go. 8 out of 10 approachability. Speak nothing of approachability, Cecil. How do you rate this as a horror film?
I think 8 out of 10
Hmm.
uh, keys to locked
Yeah.
rooms is a good because it's listen. A friend of mine once said there are films where the movie comes to you,
Yeah.
and then there are films where you must lean into the movie,
Uh
and this
huh.
is one of those. Like if you're in the mood to lean into a quiet film, this is a great one.
It's
If you're
really
in the
good.
mood for something that like bam, bam, bam kind of gives you all the things, this is not that.
Yeah.
But I don't know, it's Nicole Kidman, peak Nicole Kidman.
Absolutely. Well, let's figure out what movie we will watch next. You've got a scare die, I've got a style die. We will roll those up and see what movie matches those two things. Cecil, on your scare die, if you roll a 1, our next movie scare is religion. 2, a monster. 3, a zombie. 4, family is the scare. 5, something with no legs. Or 6, haunted.
That's a 5.
No legs. That's, I think,
Okay.
currently our longest thing on the
It's
list
been
at
up there for
11
a minute.
weeks.
Yeah.
We're gonna get probably something fishy here, is my guess,
Hmm.
with no legs
Or snaky.
or snaky. Okay, so we're gonna match no legs with the style I roll. If I roll a 1, wild card, whatever no-legged movie we want. 2, it's got to be the blank. 3, a European film. 4, it's got to be from the 1980s. 5, it's a sequel, prequel, or remake. Or 6, it is a suburban horror film. All right, so let's see what we got here. I got a 3. European, no legs.
I knew it.
Okay, listen. We only wrote down 1, but who knows? There might be people on Letterboxd who have things. And also, the one we wrote down,
Is,
I think is going to be a good one.
have you seen this movie?
No, but I'm really intrigued
Oh my
with
gosh,
this.
we have 20 recommendations on
Okay,
Letterboxd.
great.
Okay, great.
See, Letterbox, you're coming through for us. Okay, so the one I wrote down, is this a German film, I think? It's called The Lure. Are you familiar
Uh
with The
oh,
Lure?
it looks Polish or Czech.
Okay, yeah. Let's see. The Lure. It is a yeah, it is Polish musical horror film.
Hmm. About
Um
sirens and mermaids and
yeah,
things.
a girl band.
Fishtails. Yeah,
Yeah.
fishtail girl band.
The Wikipedia page says based on The Little Mermaid by Hans Christian Andersen, which I think it does loosely follow that
Okay.
structure when you think about losing your voice.
Look at this stuff.
Yeah.
Isn't it neat?
Hmm. Also, that original text goes a lot harder than the Disney film, as
That's
is
true.
true of all of those stories. So I'm very interested in The Lure, but that was the only one we knew. Cecil, what did people on
Ooh.
Letterboxd have to say about
You
No
know what?
Legs?
I feel ashamed of
Uh-oh.
myself
Okay.
because we have quite a few people recommending one of my favorite movies. I can't believe I didn't. And that's Lair of the White Worm.
Oh, that's a good. So now I actually thought of this movie, and I
Hmm.
left it off because I was like, I, she has legs, but then she doesn't have the legs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess these girls too in The Lure are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oof.
Okay. No, that's a very good one. If we're
And
gonna
that's a
count mermaids who get their legs to
hmm.
this whatever. Yeah.
I think it should count.
Okay.
UK US co-production takes place in Scotland, as Max Bird points out, and it's people in a small Scottish village find a worm, WYRM,
Yep. Hugh
and
Grant's first
Hugh Grant,
movie.
Peter Capaldi is in it,
Uh.
and this mysterious lady comes to town who needs young men to live. Let's
Mm-hmm.
say.
Don't we all do, Cecil? We
Don't we
all
all?
do.
Let's see what else we got here, though. Eve Frankenstein recommends The Last Shark. A
Oh yeah.
crappy Italian
Uh-huh.
remake of Jaws, where some of the victims also end up legless. And the last film Vic Morrow made with an intact
Oh,
head.
damn,
I don't
poor
know what that
Vic.
means.
R.I.P., buddy.
Monstrum recommends The Borderlands slash Final Prayer, a UK film known by either name when searching, found footage film about Vatican investigators looking into reports of demonic activity in the British West Country. But what they find is hard to swallow. It sounds demonic, but trust me, it is not a true twist ending. Ooh, what a
Okay.
lovely write up, Monstrum, without
Thank
giving away
you.
the ending. And they also recommend The Killer Condom,
Uh-huh.
1996 Germany. Uh,
Oh
okay,
no, this
this is
character's
the
name.
movie's letterboxed description.
Uh-huh.
In New York City, Detective Luigi Macaroni.
Oh no.
Luigi Macaroni.
Can I just say, I don't think you can be racist against Italians, but that character name makes me question that
Yeah.
statement.
Uh-huh.
If you could, you just were. Yeah.
They were. Luigi investigates a string of mysterious penile mutilations at the Hotel Quickie. After Macaroni attempts to have a tryst with a gigolo he meets in the lobby, a carnivorous condom bites off his right testicle and flees, which sets the detective off on a quest to stop the predatory prophylactic once and for all.
I'm
Is
sorry,
this
I
a,
blacked out for the last 90 seconds.
is this a secret LGBTQ plus film?
Maybe.
1996 from Germany? I'm in. Temmie Silver recommends Final Prayer 2013. A washed up Vatican priest and his crew are sent out. Wait, did I just say this one? No, I didn't. This is a very similar. Oh, it is. I did say Final Prayer. There you go. Okay.
Uh,
Same film. Oh, Temmie Silver also has. Ooh, I love this Temmie. Thinking outside the box. Threads, 1984.
I love this reasoning.
Nuclear bombs do not have legs.
That is true. That's
You
very
know
true.
what? Asked and answered.
Hmm.
What else do we have here? Sarah Kendall recommends Island of Terror, 1966. They say they're once again pitching this Peter Cushing versus the indestructible, self-replicating bone vampire turtle slugs. Couldn't find specific info on where it was made, but all signs point to the UK. I
Yeah.
probably agree with Peter Cushing. Self-replicating bone vampire turtle slugs. I
Amazing.
love it. Half Price Horror recommends Kaltiki, the Immortal Monster. It's a blob with no legs. It's very Italian, and it's an early work of director legend Mario Bava.
Okay. I've not heard of this at
Yeah,
all.
that's deep, real deep cut there. Doop-a-doop-a-doop. Bugava Hugva recommends
Yes.
Cruel Jaws from 1995, the
Yes.
unsanctioned Italian Jaws sequel. Did I say that one already? I might.
No, it's
Oh, The
there
Last
are
Shark. There's apparently a few
a
unsanctioned
few
ones.
unsanctioned Italian. Yep.
Yeah. Mhm. Auntie Energy recommends Little Joe from 2019, an Austrian German UK film about Alice, a single mother and her senior plant breeder at a corporation who creates a plant that makes its caretakers happy. After bringing one of the plants home for her son, she starts noticing some rather sinister side effects.
Okay. Love a
Hmm.
killer plant story.
Mesaw7 recommends A Cure for Wellness. Businessman is sent to pick up his company's CEO from a mysterious wellness spa located in the isolated Swiss Alps. Filmed in Germany and Switzerland, very gothic in tone, definitely involves some legless creatures in a sickening capacity.
Okay.
Let's see, we got some more votes for things like Killer Joe, The Lore, Ahab's left leg. Oh no, we've seen In Fabric.
No, no,
Ahab's
no.
left leg.
We saw
No.
slacks. We haven't seen in
Oh
fabric.
shit. Okay. A cursed dress torments any lonely soul who puts it on. You're right. You're right.
That's a good call
And
because this is a garment without legs, as
yeah,
Ahab's left leg says. Okay, good one.
yeah, I love it. And finally, King and Commoner recommends Under Paris 2024. A giant bull shark moves into the Seine. Oh my God. Just in time for a triathlon.
What?
Hits all the hallmarks of a modern shark movie: sharks where they shouldn't be, a traumatized shark expert, and incompetent bureaucracy.
Oh,
It
sharks where
sounds
they
like
shouldn't be.
French prey,
It
except a shark,
does.
not a lion.
Yeah. Okay.
Wow, we're all over the map here. And by that map, I mean the map of Europe.
So clearly, Lair of the White Worm
I
is a
know.
front runner.
Yeah.
The lure has some
It's got some
plus
people pulling.
ones, and I've been curious about it for a while. I love a
But
horror
honestly,
musical.
there's quite a few people pulling for Killer Condom as well.
Killer Condom looks bonkers. It doesn't. That description made it sound LGBTQE, but it doesn't.
Who knows? I mean, listen, I
It
would
looks
ta-
campy.
I would trust a German queer movie made in 1996 over an American queer movie made in 1996 any day of the
Yeah.
week.
It's, oh God, it looks so disgusting. It's just teeth, but it's on a condom.
Oh my God.
um,
So the question is, do we want to watch a good movie?
do we want to watch a
No, let's say,
gross movie that's silly?
do we watch a campy movie? Do we want to watch a serious movie? Or do we want to watch a seriously campy movie? Because I think where Lair of the White Worm is,
It's
it's has
campy.
definitely has some camp to it,
Yeah.
but it's taking itself pretty seriously as well.
Yeah, I agree. I think
The honestly, the Italian shark movies are probably
I
bottom of the
really
barrel
want to
for me.
watch them, but I think maybe not yet. I think they're just going to be truly bad.
Yeah.
Uh, the other one that got some upvote, or got
Oh,
one
in
upvote, but
fabric.
it's interesting, is In Fabric
Yeah.
because it's a garment
Mm-hmm.
and it's
Mm-hmm.
not
Mm-hmm.
pants, it's a dress.
Yeah.
I've heard mixed things about In Fabric, about how
Okay.
good the
Mm-hmm.
movie is. I mean, that doesn't mean we shouldn't watch a movie just because it's not 99% on Roddy T's, but
A couple, and also like two people recommended Final Prayer slash The Borderlands,
okay, yeah.
which I love the kind of like, is it a demon or is it something else that apparently does not have legs? And then also, wait, where was the Island of Terror, Peter Cushing versus
Oh, yeah.
self-replicating bone vampire slug turtle slugs?
Oh, dear.
I think we have six we can put on
Because
ice
here's the
here.
problem.
Yeah.
Killer Condom is kind of available to watch, but you probably, if you
Oh
don't
yeah.
have Canopy, and even Canopy is
Yeah.
going to be inconsistent, you either need
Oh yeah. Trauma Now
Fossum or Troma Now.
or Plex.
So that one's a little tough. Here's the thing I'll say. We could roll, but I do
Yeah.
think if we say Killer Condom is going to be a little tough for watching,
Yeah.
I do think the excitement of that rolled die.
Yeah.
There's one that I want more than the others on there,
Okay.
and
Sure.
that's Lair of the White Worm.
Oh really? Okay.
Just because I listen, I sorry, dropped my phone there.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, I love Ken Russell. We've had so
Yeah.
much luck with Ken Russell. Are
Yeah.
we being too much Ken Russell stands on this show?
I don't think so.
I don't
I
think
don't
so
think that's
either.
possible. Honestly, there's even more Ken Russell that I want to make us watch.
Yeah, yeah. And no one can consistently keep the Devils online for longer than like two and a
Ah,
half
good
weeks.
Lord.
So
I've
someday.
also been trying to get Gothic on this show
Yeah,
for a
true.
hot minute.
I just think it's the most intriguing movie to me. I think there's a lot going on in Lair of the White Worm.
Yeah.
It is, I believe, still available in the world. I think it's an HBO thing. No, Prime.
Okay, great.
Prime, Tubi, Hoopla, Apple TV.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's wherever.
I mean, I'm curious about the lore.
This is true. The lure is more of the spirit of European film because it is
Yeah.
Polish and not
Yeah.
English.
And I think it's also like has the contemporary pull.
Yeah.
Like it's made within the last few years, so it's going to be a more current sensibility of horror. But here's
Yes.
the thing, Lair of the White Worm, I think it's based on a Bram Stoker short story. So like again, sticking with the gothic horror,
Yeah. It's the
I will
question.
gladly watch Lair of the White Worm any day of the week, Jeffrey.
Yeah, I think I think let's get the movies we want to see when we have the chance to see them.
And sure, she has legs sometimes,
She knows how to
but
use them.
sometimes she doesn't.
No, sometimes she doesn't have to. Sometimes she doesn't have to. Uh, let's see.
Is it a cheat? I don't care. Let's do it.
It's not. It's cheating a little on both, but it is the letter of the law. It is
Hmm.
European,
Yeah,
and there is a creature that does not have legs.
that's right.
Right? There's no like
Yeah,
lizard legs on the back of her, right? It's all
no,
snaky.
it's a worm.
Yeah,
It's a worm.
worm, snaky body. Yeah,
Snakes and ladders.
that's right. Snakes and ladders. Let's cheat. Let's watch the movie we want to watch because it's
It's our
sitting
cheat day.
right. It's our cheat day tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow is leg day, so let's
Okay.
get it
Oh,
while
it's
we
leg
can.
day.
Oh. Okay,
Let's
so
do it.
thank you all for listening. Thank you, Cecil, for talking with me. And if you have thoughts on the others or ideas for movies that would have been good, no legs monster meets European film, let us know at Random Horror 9 on Blue Sky, Instagram, or on our Patreon, where we have public discussion threads for each episode. And you don't have to be a paying member to participate in those. So watch Layer of the White Worm from 1986?
88.
88? With us this week, and come on back next Tuesday for a new episode. Have a restful night with no one stealing your curtains or nothing. Boo.
Boo.